Okay, we still need one or two things on the structure side, but I'll deal with those in the setup channel. So I'll bow out here.
Oh, so get ready to get rolling soon. Just wait like a few. I think the approach is to wait like 2 or 3 seconds and then take over. Yeah, so I think waiting like 5 seconds and then doing it when I say from my countdown and then just going, okay? Go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. By the way, you play your mic through your stream. Play your mic through your Twitch stream.
Do that.
Yeah, okay. Do it.
Okay. All right, I'm playing it through my stream. Hopefully they, I don't know if they've heard my audio or not, but there we go. So, torch. So we're continuing digging. We are going about 4.5 depths here to get to this cave. And we are trying to find these symbols hidden across the land. We should be getting there pretty soon. Usually it's good to get there about 2 to 3 minutes in before summer of the first year. Sometimes they move a bit slow. You've got a little fairy pal. She gives you tips as the game goes on. And we're doing pretty all right, but they're a little bit slow. Come on, finish building it. There we go. Okay, cast light. Oh, there's a door down here. Oh. Hey everybody, my name is Mike. We're going to be doing an all symbols run of Text World. Text World is a game based on ZZT, which was an old DOS game by Tim Sweeney, creator of Epic Games. It's an action adventure sort of thing. You're running around, you're dodging these gorillas, which are these club symbols. Yeah, there we go. You've got a punch yourself function, which I'm going to be using pretty soon. That's why I went to the top here. There we go. And that resets you to the last screen that you exited from. Now, this guy doesn't want to let us through unless we give him a sword. So we got to find a sword so that we can get past him, you know. So I'm going to go over here, touch this Mind Stone. Hey everybody, my name is Mike. I am going to be doing a speed run here of all symbols toaster derivatives. Toaster derivatives is kind of a mix of Flappy Bird and Cookie Clicker. You buy a bunch of things that increase your toaster's temperature. If you get to 1,000 degrees, you hit the top of the game, you die. And we gotta fly through a bunch of legally distinct, not Mario-related, not Nintendo-owned green pipes. The flying toaster is based on an old wallpaper pack. And you can't actually buy that antimatter, unfortunately, at the bottom. I am curious what happens if you do it, but you die if you go high enough, so no dice. At this point, you might be wondering what the heck happened to Obscureville, our cute fairy village. So there was a game called Frog Fractions. It was a web browser game. You were a frog, you ate a bunch of bugs, random fractions popped up. It was supposed to look educational. It wasn't. And you wind up flying into space, becoming the president of Bug Mars. There's a courtroom drama simulator. Bunch of weird stuff. And people liked it. They crowdfunded a sequel called Frog Fractions 2. In that Kickstarter, the creators guaranteed, we will not tell you where or when Frog Fractions 2 comes out. It turned into this huge ARG. There were these weird symbols hidden in the game files of like 25 unrelated indie games. Someone got mailed a big crate with Cyrillic writing and blacklight on it. A guy got mailed a button with a cryptic message about click here to launch Frog Fractions 2. Oh, hang on, I gotta go show this guy our sword now. Come on. There we go. Yeah. And I definitely showed it to him. So someone hit that big button they got mailed, and it launched an update for an unassuming game called Glittermitten Grove. So is this Frog Fractions 2? That is the question we are here to figure out by the end of this stream. So now I'm in the sewer blimp. I'm still getting messages from Titania. She was just off getting a sandwich. I ran into a cockroach. The sword that you unlocked by playing Toaster Derivatives, it has its own part of the hitbox. It basically doubles your width, and it makes it very obnoxious to get around corners. So you're constantly maneuvering and manipulating your sword position, and it's a bit tough to do that while moving adequately and not getting eaten by cockroaches. So the next game is Spaxorus, but to get to Spaxorus, we have to enter our age, because it's age gated. And to do that, we've got to answer a bunch of trivia questions from 1895. They are a little bit out of date. But we're in, so we're getting to play super passive-aggressive Xenomorph Roommate Irritation Simulator. It is a game where you are Todd, you are roommates with the alien from the Aliens franchise. It is heavily implied that your Todd is Todd Howard of Elder Scrolls fame. And so, yeah, you just want this guy to move out. You hate him. You're mean. Your lease renewal's coming up. And so you just keep on stealing his stuff and kind of mansplaining things. And now we're back on the overworld. And we go back out here. And this room's darker than I remember. And I seem to remember it being daytime out here. So we're in an alternate overworld that's referred to as Cop Heck. We got to get past these cops. And so we get this grenade and we toss it at the wall. But it turns out that the grenades are actually pairs and they just kind of splat on the wall. But still, it's enough to distract the guards. And let me see if I can get him up there. Yeah, okay, good. Cool. And now we're going to get the second symbol, which is the actual symbol, not all the fake intros. No, we are collecting 36 symbols. 18 of them are yellow, 18 of them are this pinkish purple. When you collect the pink ones, the second copies of each symbol, it plays something called a corn story. You'll be hearing a lot of those as the run progresses, so stay tuned. This is Chess Invaders. It is an active time battle chess simulation. It's actually a 2.5-minute auto-scroller, but you do have to survive, make sure that your king doesn't get taken by any of the enemy pieces in that amount of time. You are able to spawn extra chess pieces if... Okay, there we go. If you have collected enemy pieces. And you can, there we go, but the spawn timer has quite a long cooldown. And so, yeah, your main goal is to survive for 2.5 minutes. The secondary goal is to have something that can move vertically very quickly on the far left side of the game. And by doing that, you'll be able to collect this item that's going to show up shortly after the enemy team has a rook spawn. It's not really worth it to increase the amount of each piece that you can put down. If you promote a pawn, if you get it to the far side, then you can put down one more of whatever type of piece you select. That's what those pluses are. But we don't actually get any of the ones that we care about until... yeah, there we go. Until way later. Until after the main part of the game is done and we've unlocked the item. You can go back and replay these games for longer periods of time. You can do a bonus round of Spaxers if you wanted to, or just see what your high score is at Toaster Derivatives. But for now, we are trying to go fast. We are trying to get all the symbols. It's got a classic RPG-style battle theme song. And this does have some of the more advanced techniques in chess programmed into it. You can castle, you can... I think one time I did an en passant, but I do not have a good understanding of how that maneuver works. There we go. Okay, good. So we've gathered the bridge from the Atari game Adventure, which behaves very similarly to the bridge in that game. So you can pick it up, drop it down, and we've got to get a purple key. Oops, there we go. It's always good to have a speedrun where you say oops. Dang, we are getting some bad centipede movement in this. The centipedes are taken from ZZT. So yeah, we're in the key gen to get the keys. It plays a sweet chiptune, as key gens all must. And we are getting an orange key next. There aren't any orange keys on the overworld. So we're gonna have to do some interesting maneuvers to get one. Come on, there we go. Now there was a poll that I put in the Obscurathon chat, the Obscure Games Discord, to decide a musical instrument for an upcoming section, and they all, the final result of that poll was the kazoo. So look forward to some kazoo on this stream. We're off to the races. So we are through there. We have had to max out our gem wallet because if you have maximum gems, you can no longer go through gems, and there is a bridge made out of gems that you need to get on top of. So we're going to knock over this bucket of orange paint, fall into it. It paints us and our keys all orange, which means that now we have an orange key. We have to avoid getting that green key for now, because you can see up there, there is another platform that's made out of green doors. So that's why we had to enter this cathedral through the chimney. I can do a little loop-de-loop shortcut there to have to avoid going through the lasers a second time. And I think we are off to the races. So, I think it's this one. There we go. All right, let's see if this works. And I had my splits a little bit messed up there, so I'm going to just skip that one. But, yeah, I like doing that one with the kazoo because it sounds the most car-like. So, now we are resetting again here. Hang on, there we go. Okay. I had to deal with something with live split. So, we are back on track. We are getting our way to the next minigame so that we can unlock a clock item, which is required for unlocking some of these symbols. We've yet to hear any corn stories. We have yet to collect a second copy of any symbol, but they are coming up. So we're dodging some more gorillas. And we are making our way to Loma Manager. Okay, good. So at the start of Loma Manager, I always type Absa Magata, which is sort of the shorthand. You have to assign all of these different positions, and each of the players you can assign are assigned their own letter. This is basically another... There's a lot of RNG. It's a bit of an auto-scroller as well. The main thing you gotta look out for, let's see, A, B, C, so it's C, is that if one of your characters drops out, so if the internet cuts out for them, like in this little lore they've got dropping out here, or if they accidentally quit out of the game or something, then you have to quickly reassign something so that your team is full again. So that's the only way you can really manipulate this game to be any faster. I've tried different combinations of skill and level and energy, and it does not affect the actual speed of the outcome of the game that well. And you don't need to win this game. You need to just complete a round as quickly as you can. So Loma Manager, Loma is short for Lord Management, which is an old alternate term for a MOBA game. So Dota, League of Legends, things like that. And so you're managing a team that are playing one of that type of game. So I guess A is the next best one. When you're swapping out the characters, it's best to just go with the lowest skill level. So TA, there we go. Next one would be B. Thanks, Titania. She's always popping in with helpful tips. I have won this a couple of times. Again, it's pretty much random. It takes anywhere from 2 to 3 minutes, and your characters can disconnect anywhere from 0 to I've seen 4 times before. I am curious if with just the most cursed RNG you would be able to lose your entire team, but maybe they've coded it to avoid that. When we beat the minigames, you can pause and you can hit return to text world after the game is completed, usually to save a little bit of time. Hopefully no one else will die. There we go. Good. So now we're in Bomb Heck, where bombs are randomly spawning, and we gotta get the heck out of here. And they are blocking the water maze. There we go. Good. All right. Earlier I collected something called the autocorrect skates. Those mean that if you run into a corner, you can keep holding the same direction and it'll try and rotate you. It makes for much faster cornering. Really, that's some bad luck. Much faster cornering, but it is also a little bit slippery and hard to control sometimes. For instance, there.
Needing quick cash to pay for a sick new tattoo, Corey PHP ninja Todd Redbottle formed a crack team to rob the Belvedere, Maryland municipal water treatment plant. The team wore baklava on their heads because Todd had read a WikiHow article distorting it as the most effective way to hide your face. In 2007, Korn lead singer Gary Glitter shared an uncomfortable elevator ride with a fan who kept making pointed eye contact
Oh good, I didn't
and
die.
reciting ooh ah 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 ah. Days later, the fan realized.
So yeah, those are some examples of the first parts of Corn stories. We wind up interrupting a lot of them because of, because we got to collect all of them, so they get overwritten a little bit.
Marketing inertia only allowed him to change a single letter.
But they're generally pretty
while
entertaining.
retaining brand recognition.
Ah.
He ended up diversifying with a different name in each region. Corn, in American Samoa, performed most poorly. Corn Paps performed best due to the high density of obstetricians in the Czech Republic.
So now we're in Shaving Story, where we see important moments in America's first beard. This is supposed to be Barack Obama. Yeah, and this game is, it looks like, oh man, you gotta do a good job shaving him within this amount of time. No, it's basically like just kind of make the player look like an idiot simulator for 4.5 to 5 minutes. All you can do to speed it up is is just mashed really well, really quickly between the segments, your performance does not impact anything. Once this game is done, it's supposed to unlock a sort of clock item that has an alarm system going off, where, I gotta splash that off, there we go. And if the alarm goes off, then it resets you to the starting room. The last few times I've tried this, I've exited it in a way that it hasn't done that, and it isn't really that impactful because we routed it out in such a way that you don't need to worry about that anyway. But yeah, since this is an auto-scroller, I figure it's been a couple of weeks since I've shaved, so tie that back. So let's just get real stupid with it. Do another little part of the speedrun here. Now, I do not have a good view of my own face right now. So I'm probably going to have to touch this up quite a bit later. Also, I just craned my neck in a really weird way. And don't worry, I got a bowl. I'm not, There's a bomb on the presidential tour bus! Oh, they forgot to set the alarm. It's not gonna go off. Okay, we're good. What do I usually set this to? 3, 2? There's a lot of stuff you can do to kill time when you're waiting for Shaving Story to wrap up. Does this look even? I can't actually, like, my webcam's over there, so I can't see or the capture on that side. And then a little bit more on the chin. Probably not great, but it's a little bit cleaner than before. Okay, so enough of that. So Glittermitten Grove has a bunch of other minigames that we're not going to be seeing in this run. I've recently finished the first run of an all minigames route, and this game was out for like 6 years with nobody speedrunning it. You know, that's what the Obscure Games Club's all about, I suppose, is bringing awareness to games that other people are not speedrunning or might not be thinking of. You can make them look like whatever you want. There you go. Amish Obama. Obamish. Huh? Wait, this is Obama's dad in this part of it. Anyway. Yeah, make him sad. Oh. Anyway, we're almost back to the actual video gaming here. Thanks for bearing with that. Okay, so let's see. Return to text world. Okay, so we gotta get all our stuff, and we are finally getting near the end to the point where we are going to be using these symbols. They actually have a purpose. That is the frog. There is a frog room, that little O with the umlaut there, and our general goal in this game is to befriend that frog. So to do that, we have to speak in the frog's language, which each of these symbols we've been collecting represent a different word or concept in that language.
All 4 members of Corn turned 35 in the early 2000s, and all 4 decided to run for president in the 2004 election cycle. They were disqualified when they guested together on the Rush Hour Brodeo and renounced their U.S. citizenship to declare fealty to New Metal Planet 1013 FM as a publicity stunt.
And so, if the alarm clock were going off, we would be setting, so we set our time to, from PM to AM. It starts off at about 11 AM, maybe 11:30, I think.
In 1992, Corn veteran
and so what we do is, we change that to AM, and this next game unlocks at 12:30. So we have a certain amount of time to get to it, which is Spaxor's New Game Plus, where we are now roommates with Dave, the Slender Man, and so we're just kind of going around drizzling ketchup on all this stuff, doing a bunch of annoying things with his guitar in his bed. Putting ketchup all over all his stuff. Asking him to explain what a guitar is, stealing his things. You know, the usual stuff. Usual roommate things. Now this one, if you exit the minigame too quickly, and he's teleporting around, then the teleport effect will remain. Okay, good. Whew. And you do not want that to happen. It makes the game basically unplayable. But now, we are in the final cleanup, getting all the remaining symbols. And I think we're doing pretty good.
Corn saxophonist Oral Fixation.
The members of Korn all have fun names. Ariel Helvetica. There's someone named...
Of Korn's single, Jungle Bells, Rolling Stone reviewer Sergio Van Lukenstein thought especially highly of the theme style, Falling Water, writing that including an entire house with the album is of great pragmatic as well as artistic value to the listener. Opinions soon turned on Korn come the new fiscal year, when all their fans were hit with severe property taxes.
So, yeah, this game had nobody running it. I sat on it for like 4 years, and finally decided to route it out. And routing it out was a pretty fun endeavor because it's got, you know, it's got that punch yourself mechanic. It's got a bunch of save and quit strats. It's got this time machine, and so you got to figure out the optimal route for all that stuff.
Friday, I'm in love. After Plitt's arrest, Korn CEO Sylvia Plath.
There we go.
In 1952,
And
physical therapist
at some point I might wind up trying to actually do the 100% route, but that one involves you creating and uploading a very specifically configured Mass Effect 2 save file to the game. It is just a game full of absolute nonsense. You're gonna really though. I'm getting gorilla massacred here.
He hired a private detective.
Okay.
Right before turning 40, Korn sous chef Elsinore Barrier Reef petitioned Congress to raise. Receiving a pallet of boxes from Coca-Cola Corporation, Korn argued over what to call it.
Okay, good. Yeah, the symbols are looking good. You're supposed to have 2 remaining here. Well, technically 3. You'll see the third one soon. And now we are chatting with a frog. So we throw him a pair. We tell him, okay, push the blue box. Get the blue key.
After opening one of the boxes,
No, come on, push the blue crate. Oh, I thought I threw him a. I didn't throw him the pear. Jeez. Okay, all right. Sorry, he's got a bunch of rotten pears. He wanted to have them for dinner, but his all rotted out, I guess. So now we tell him, okay, push the red crate, and then a gorilla's gonna show up, and we tell him, give the gorilla some fruit. There we go. Now we gotta go ransack this office for a hot second. You gotta knock over both these plants. The second one you knock over will always be the one with the symbol. And while the gorilla is going away, we can tell him, okay, push the red crate. He gets an angry phone call from his wife. She doesn't want to have pears for dinner, so we tell him, okay, she's a cat, she can eat their pet goldfish for dinner. This is all lore that you uncover through communicating with the frog, but we've sort of gone through all of the conversation threads. And he gives us the purple water symbol, and we're in the final gauntlet. So time's going to be coming up in a couple of minutes here, maybe less.
Horn Master Sergeant John Jacob Christmas.
And this isn't a collection of other alternate overworlds. This screen has gravity, so we took a bit of a shortcut down there. And the final symbol is in this room full of gorillas. One of them is secretly not a gorilla. There it is.
Sneaking into a neighboring farm, corn gaffer Bjorn Bloomingdale misread the no trespassing sign as no traipsing and assumed that as long as he walked solemnly and deliberately, the guard dogs wouldn't attack. At the hospital, doctors reassured him that a dog's mouth is cleaner than a human's. Not believing it, Bjorn convinced corn bloom operator Ox Traceroot to bite his other leg to test the hypothesis.
For some reason, Ox Traceroot is the one that makes me the most entertained of these names. So, this is a collection of other alternate overworlds you'd see throughout the game, usually. This snake heck you unlock by beating another minigame that we didn't get to. And you'll see Kopek coming up again pretty soon. And yeah, that's, you know, it's coming up. We're getting near the end of Glittermitten Grove, where we will finally see Time, our beloved Indieville. Probably should have called, you know, queued up for the time a little bit quicker, but there's your answer. Technically, it's Frog Fractions 3. Frog Fractions 2 is considered to be the ARG that sparked this game, and this game is considered a part of that ARG, so it's a weird nested naming scheme. But yeah, shouts out to Twinbeard and Mostly Tigerproof for making this just chaotic mess, and thanks for to Obscurathon for hosting this chaotic mess. Thanks for tuning in. Enjoy the rest of the marathon. It's gonna be an absolute blast. I love seeing games like this get highlighted. Baby, I'm a fraction. I'm always incomplete, like a single pizza slice. Baby, I'm a fraction. I thought I had Discord sounds turned off. Sorry about that if that got picked up. Hey, we'll fast forward through the credits. And it's up to them. If they want to cut me off at any point, then that's cool. I love obscure, strange games like this. Don't adjust your monitor. This is the frame rate, and this is the bit rate. The fast forward button gets stuck in the end credits, and time just kind of keeps going faster and faster. So, you know, the fairies probably have jetpacks and stuff by now. Wait, fairies wouldn't need jetpacks. They have wings. What am I talking about? Oh. Well. I don't think Obscuraville's doing so well. What's Titania got for us? Oh, thanks. Yeah. All right. Well. I have some bad news about your trees. Great. Thanks. Thanks, Titania. I'm just sitting around now.